So the Arccos does give you options off the tee. I went with 3-wood over driver off the tee because the range was actually closed when I showed up to play this day, and hitting 3-wood off the tee with no warm-up is a little more comfortable for me than hitting driver, seeing as at this point, driver is kind of the worst club in my bag. So hit a great 3-wood, and I actually end up 1 yard off from what the Arccos said I would have with hitting my 3-wood. So that was really interesting to see that basically after my first shot, I'm already kind of doing exactly what the Caddy has projected I would do. So pretty tough look, but considering it's my second shot of the day with no range session, I really don't expect much more out of a 13 handicap. And now we've got the toughest shot in golf. We got an 80-yard bunker shot, a little bit of a downhill lie, and really just trying to get this one out of the bunker, 2 onto the green, and give myself some type of birdie putt. So that actually ended up being one of my better shots of the round. Leaves us about 15 feet for birdie. My camera is going to time out before I'm actually able to hit a putt because it was 113 degrees the day that I was filming this video. So not all my shots are going to be on camera, but I did my best to capture as much as possible. But I would end up 2-putting this for a par off the first. So now we got a par 4 with some water, and Arccos likes driver for me, and since I hit my 3-wood pretty well off the first tee, I go ahead and pull driver for this one. And driver was definitely the right move. We covered the water with plenty of room to spare. This is one of the few clubs that Arccos hasn't quite figured out for me, just because at this point in time I'm really not hitting the club well. Arccos was saying I'd have around 145 in. I actually have 116, so I've got a 56 or a 52 degree here. We're dead center of the fairway. Pin is in the middle. We're just going to take that aim and hopefully hit a nice little laser at it and give us a birdie look. So hit that one a little bit chunky. It did still make it to the green though, and would spin back just off onto the fringe. So still looking at a birdie putt, just not exactly the birdie putt we hope to have with a wedge in our hands from the center of the fairway. And of course, you take care of the course, it'll take care of you. So here's our birdie putt. These greens are running fast and they got a lot of slope to them, so I'm definitely starting this way out to the right. As far as I did start it out, I just couldn't get it high enough to start. But we kind of cozy it up there, move a couple leaves out of the way, realign the ball, and just tap in my par, and we are even through 2. So now we got a short little par 3. Arccos likes a 52 degree, and that's what I normally hit on this hole anyways, so that works out perfectly. The wind kind of swirls on this hole and in this corner of the property anyways, so it's a little bit tough to judge exactly how hard to hit it, but when in doubt, we gas it. So we found the green, but unfortunately my camera timed out on my birdie putt. I had a 40-foot birdie putt downhill, and so now I'm left with this putt to clean up my par and keep it even through 3. So now we got a downhill dogleg left par 4. I normally would hit like a 6-iron off the tee and just put it to the top of the hill, but Arccos says to hit 3-wood, so we're going to hit 3-wood, kind of aim left, play the cut, cover that tree line, and take a little bit off of this hole that way. So we absolutely smashed that drive. I actually ended up with 57 yards left, which made it like a 304-yard 3-wood. And now, I mean, we're position 1A. We got 57 yards, pin is on a shelf, got a little flip wedge in my hand. So driving around the green, I actually found that first shot on the cart path, so I just kind of took a drop from that, dropped it in the rough, and now we're shooting a 4. It's kind of a tricky little shot, and with the pace of these greens, it's really tough to get your wedge shots right, especially when it's close like this. So all things considered, we got an up the hill bogey putt, and if we could come out of here with just losing 1 stroke, that would be an awfully big win for me. But we are going to push this one and hit it a little too hard, and we're going to mark up our first double of the day. So I love this play by Arccos telling me to hit 4-iron. We got a very busy road on the left, and we got a par 3 on the right. So we're just going to put a 4-iron down the middle of the fairway. So now we got about 100 yards, give or take. I don't remember the actual number. But pins up front, it's kind of got a ledge behind it. So we're just going to hit a nice little stock, 80% wedge in there. Get it nice and close, give ourselves a nice little birdie putt. Or we'll hit arguably the worst shot that I have ever captured on camera. So now we're making a pretty fine mess of this hole, but I do have a good lie, so we're just going to take a little wedge, cover the cart path, cover the bunker that's in front of the green, and hopefully give us some type of par putt. So no par putt, and now I'm kind of in a point where mentally I'm scrambling, going to try to do a little too much. I want to hit this one super close, get out with bogey, and minimize the impact it's going to have on the front 9. As a result, I get too aggressive, and now I'm still not even on the green. We are fringe putting for bogey from about 15 to 20 feet. And we'll cozy that one up nice and close for an easy tap-in double bogey, making 2 doubles in the last 2 holes after starting even through 3. So as I mentioned earlier, Arccos hadn't quite gotten a good reading on all my clubs yet, mainly being driver and 5-iron, so it thinks that my 5-iron should be going 170, even though it's got my 8-iron going 183. So I know that this hole's a 9-iron, I know the yardage is a 9-iron, and so I pull 9 anyways because I'm not hitting a 5-iron from 170. And you guys are about to witness just the worst case of the yips that maybe YouTube has ever seen at this point. I didn't film the rest of that hole out of pure frustration, but I would end up double chipping and 2-putting for double. Another 3-wood off the tee. Gotten really comfortable hitting 3-wood off the tee during this point in the summer, so we're just going to grip and rip. So we kind of slipped out of that one, but still good contact. Nice little buttercut off that left bunker. And we're going to end up right back dead center of the fairway, almost the exact same yardage as Arccos said that I was going to have. So we got 107 with a back pin, probably playing closer to 120. I got my 56 degree here. We're just going for a nice wedge shot, center of the green, get out of here with a 2-putt par, and kind of get back on track. So we hit that one a little bit chunky and wound up on the front portion of the green. Like I said, I was having some weather issues with getting all of the shots to record. This is actually my par putt. I only got my birdie putt about halfway to the hole. And due to the fact that my camera is about to time out again, I'm going to ram this putt by the hole, miss the comebacker, and we are going to 4-putt double again for my 4th double in a row. So now we got a slight dogleg right par 5. Arccos says 3-wood. I'm totally fine with 3-wood. This one suits my shot shape and my eye very well, so we're just going to step up, grip, and rip. So not my best camera work, as you will see in a second when I try to step into the frame, but we got another 3-wood just like Arccos said. We're going 3-wood, 3-wood. We are trying to get to this green in 2 and get hopefully 1 or 2 shots back. Alright, and now we got an eagle putt. This is actually my second eagle putt that I've ever had in my golf career. It's probably going to move a little bit left to right once it snaps off the fringe, but we just want to cozy this one up and tap in a birdie. And so this is something I wanted to showcase with the Arccos a little bit, is that it does give you 3 options off every tee box. So you're about to see here, it's got 4-iron, 6-iron, it's got driver 6-iron, and it's also got 3-wood 8-iron, just depending on how far I hit everything. Obviously that driver number of only 217 is not quite accurate, but I ended up going 3-wood. 3-wood was the first option that it gave me. So I went ahead and went with that, and that's also probably been my best club for the day. I got a little afraid of the water and teed it pretty high to ensure that I would cover, and wound up kind of hitting a spinny cut that got caught up in the wind, and I actually ended up hitting my second shot from the first fairway. Which now puts me greenside in 2, chipping on for birdie. Not my best chipping effort. It kind of skipped past the hole. It didn't really check at all, and it left me with a 10-foot par putt that I will miss and tap in for bogey. Overall, I really did enjoy the Arccos Caddie experience. I think the course management aspect is really interesting, especially for mid and high handicappers, to kind of show you a map of each hole and how you can work around that hole without just going up and bashing driver every single time. Like I said, I shot +8 on this front 9, and that's about what I normally shoot, and none of my scoring issues were related to Arccos. It was pretty much all my yippee wedges. So definitely going to do this again, maybe do it at a course I haven't played before, and see if it helps me more in a new setting as opposed to a course that I know by heart.